Hello. I want to just look at a photograph that I took in Antarctica and discuss what this photograph means to me. A little bit of history of the locations of where some of the things are. Antarctica, this is South America here, the Antarctic Peninsula. We regard this section of Antarctica as Western Antarctica, and a lot of the bases are around the edges. There's some at the South Pole, the Scott Amundsen base. And the Transglobe expedition, which we've talked about in other videos, came in from the north, overwintered roughly this location, and then followed the prime meridian, Greenwich meridian, all the way up to the summit, if you like, of the ice dome between 7 and 10, 11,000 feet above sea level, reaching the South Pole Amundsen station, and then continued on the anti-meridian line 180 degrees south, getting themselves through these nasty mountains and down the Scott Glacier, across the Ross Ice Shelf to Scott Base, and then by ship continuing on their route as part of to complete the first circumnavigation of the globe via both poles, which was conducted between 1979 and 1982, which was successful. The marks you see here, the little dots and things, are some of the places that I've visited and worked over the years. But concentrating more up here on the Antarctic Peninsula. This is the island called Adelaide Island up here, and the base I was there from 1978 to 1981. This is the base taken with the photograph. And the photograph that I'm going to talk about was located on the top of a ridge here and facing south. And I'll tell you why this photograph is important to me in a minute. So I was facing south. Roughly, where's south? There we go. These are the Anchorage Islands. And Jenny Island is the island that's going to be important to this conversation. Located about 12 miles away. Fairly tall mountain. Quite visible. And I was trying to figure out the date and time of the photograph that I took. This is the this is the photograph, and this is Jenny Island here on the right. I'd been working long hours. We had a lot of good weather, and the aircraft had been flying. And I come off out of the radio room, and I needed to do some repairs to one of the radio towers, and climbed up onto the rocks by the side of the base, and was working on the tower close to midnight. And my presence was noted by the nesting skuas, which are these birds you can see here with its beak open, and they love to attack you, physically hit you in the back of the head, and so you have to wear either a hard hat or something sticking out the back of your coat so they hit that. Anyway, this is the photograph, and so there's Jenny Island, and I know the bearing of Jenny Island from the photograph using just a map and compass. And its two bearings produce a difference of about 7 degrees, visible 7 degrees. The lower part of the island's just slightly over the horizon here, but the majority of it is quite steep. And then by knowing that that's 7 degrees of arc, I can roughly figure out that the sun at the time of taking the photograph was in a bearing of approximately 197 degrees to the south. So the sun comes in from the west, a part of its 360 degree rotation at this time of year. It was up 24 hours a day, and it's at 197 degrees, and its elevation is approximately one and a bit degrees. If we take the angle of the sun is roughly half a degree as viewed from anywhere on Earth. It's around about a degree or so above Earth. But now I am slightly above sea level from eye level, so these calculations are off a little tiny bit probably. it will set or be slightly higher, I suppose, on the horizon than if I was down at the ground, but not a lot. And as I say, the sun is moving from right to left. South is probably just on the edge of this photograph here to the left. And the sun calculator, which I'm going to bring up now. There we go. You can put in the location, which here we are on Rothera. There is Jenny Island. There we go. This is Jenny Island here, and the sun's bearing a roughly 197 degrees and roughly the altitude. And then you manipulate the dates. So this is the 5th of December 1980, roughly around about midnight, and it comes around with the correct altitude and the correct azimuth. This is all plus and minus, but within an area of calculation, it's probably pretty good. And that this date and the date in January match up for both the elevation of the sun and its location in the sky. So it was either the 5th of December or the 7th of December 1981 that I took this photograph around about local midnight, just by using a single photograph with the sun's known location or estimated location, its elevation above the horizon, and a known geographic input and its bearing from you. So this photograph is large, and it hangs on my wall and reminds me of the southern 24-hour sun in Antarctica. Have a great day.